Welcome to Discover Ramona, where we explore the people, places, and businesses that make it one of the best places to live. I'm your host, Valley, and I'm here with my co-host, Jan Ryan. Hi, Jan.
Hi, Valley.
How's it going?
Good. Everything's great.
So, Jan, I was thinking, if I'm going to take a Saturday or Sunday with my family, I'm going to go up to Ramona, I'm going to tour the town. What are some things I can do?
Well, there's so many things you can do in Ramona. I love a great breakfast at either Marinade if you're there on the weekend. Also, Ramona Family Naturals has an amazing breakfast as well. So if you want to do that, and the shops there, I feel like I'm in a resort when I'm going through the shops there. You would be amazed. There's everything from great clothing, gift ideas, antiques, and these stores are really nice. They've done a beautiful job. So a lot of great gifts. And then there's some great hiking. There's some wineries. There's a lot of art in Ramona. There's art studios, a lot of artists. So there's no short. And don't forget the wineries.
Yeah.
So as you get into the afternoon.
Right. And I like the idea of like some history. And I feel like Ramona has a lot of history rooted out there. So it just seems like such a family fun area to be in, you know?
It is, and a lot of times people will go somewhere else when they live there, but there's so much to do right there. And of course, you've got the Guy B. Woodward Museum.
Yeah, of course. So anyways, you brought us somebody today. I think they own and operate Ramona Radio, right?
Yeah, Eric Goforth started Ramona Radio, and it's a huge asset to the community. I think you're going to be very impressed.
All right, let's meet him.
Let's meet him.
If you are not mine, I'm letting you go. I won't be your backup call.
Hi, Eric. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here.
I'm glad I'm here.
So I heard that you own and operate Ramona Radio.
Yeah, my wife and I.
Okay, tell us about it.
Yeah, it started off as a kind of an accidental project that stemmed from another project. You know how that is. You know, sometimes you just kind of start walking through the doors as they open. And I own another small business in town, and I was looking for ways to advertise that business, and I wanted to talk to my local community, my community. And before I knew it, I says, well, why don't I have a radio station? Let's get a radio station. And then I had to learn about that. And that's basically it. And so now we have a radio station. We're fully licensed. So and
that's what I love about entrepreneurs is when they get an idea, they self-educate and they figure out a way. You know, and it seemed like you didn't.
It was a steep learning curve.
Yeah, I bet. But you took the time to figure it out. A lot of people just want like the handout, and so you were like, no, this is my vision. I need to figure this out.
Yeah. I mean, if you for me. Like you have to look at where you want to be ultimately, and then you just have to start marching. Right? You have to start doing the work, and you have to start looking into it and make sure that it's done right.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the things that you wanted to say that you felt like so passionate about that you needed to get out to your community of Ramona? Like, what was the urgency? What was the importance of what you were?
The importance. To share? So it's like I own the flight. I'm one of the co-owners of the Ramona Flight Training Center up there, and we have an aviation community, and we have a flight training community. And in the aviation side, everybody's trying to. There's a lot of people that are trying to learn how to fly and go become professional pilots, and they all thought they had to go down the hill, right? They all thought they had to go to San Diego and down the hill, and I'm like, there's a full-blown community of educators up here. And I don't know how to get that message out. And we tried social media, and we tried this, and we tried a few different things, but I don't know, just there's always been an appeal for me of the radio, because I can be just driving along and enjoying my day, right? I can listen to some music, and then I hear, oh cool, there's a fundraiser happening next week that I didn't know about. I didn't know, that's cool. And so I just wanted to market, and so I had to get that word out. And I think the larger stations, they'll spread your word all the way from Tijuana to LA. And I'm like, I don't think anybody in Tijuana cares, right? Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? But I do know that my community would care, and that's who I really wanted to talk to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, and then we got involved with the local music scene. Just because I thought that was cool. And so now Ramona Radio's kind of become like this hub spot for San Diego County musicians as well. Which is really cool. So we have all the mainstream music, but you're going to hear artists from Oceanside and San Diego and Ramona and Julian and Wainola, and these are amazing artists, amazing artists. And so why not let them get the airtime too? And so it just started to turn into this kind of fun little marriage of music, community news and events, contests, all kinds of stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, and I love that you can hear Ramona Radio in a lot of the businesses and the restaurants.
Yeah,
Which is super
yeah.
cool.
So a lot of our businesses have started adopting it as their in-house music, which helps the businesses because there's a licensing issue, right? And they're like, I don't know how to get the license, and so they'll play, you know, whatever they can get their hands on and stuff like that. But they you know, they want to be above board, right? But they want to play the local music, or they want to get the local news and events. Well, we're fully licensed to do that. So they go, oh, okay, that takes a big burden off. I can go back to doing what I do. I know how to make coffee. I know how to make hamburgers. I don't know how to run a radio program or license my rights to radio. And so a lot of our businesses have started to adopt it as their in-house music because they go, okay, cool. It's just easy, right?
And I love how community oriented you are, because we were talking about it and you were saying how important it is for businesses to advertise, that you just want to get their information out.
Well, yeah,
to
I mean that's why I started
everybody.
it, right? I didn't start a radio station because I thought it would be I want to be a DJ, right? I did it because I'm a small business owner and I want to talk to my community.
Yeah.
So I'm still very business centric. It's really, that's why I started it. That's where my main focus is to start it for the local businesses so that they have the ability to communicate. You know, if they're doing charitable events, you know, and we're not charging for it, just give me the audio spot. I'll put it on there. If you're a nonprofit, just give it to me. We'll do it. We're helping, you know, a lot of organizations from Wainola, Ramona, down to Poway even, who are trying to get the word out that they have something special going on. And so
It's like a kind of like, I mean, we've had radio for God knows how long, right? But it's kind of a genius marketing strategy, because as people kind of steered away and started doing more podcasts in that way, you said, let me go back to the basics and go do a show, you know, or a station. And then it's so niche that it's almost like everybody in that community has to listen to it to be updated on all things Ramona.
it's all things Ramona.
Yeah.
And our surrounding communities, Wainola, Julian, and stuff like that. So I mean, it's really cool. And Ramona, I mean, it's a nation within a nation. You know, I always tell people
I love it.
it's an amazing community. I mean, it's like when you're a Ramonaite, you love
Ramonian?
Ramona.
Or what?
Yeah, Ramonian.
Ramonaite or
Love
Ramona?
it.
Yeah.
We need to dub it now.
Ramonian.
Yeah.
We're obsessive about our community, and that's.
Yeah.
And so it's really fun for people who have ambition and want to support their community. Instantly, the whole community is behind you. And it's like, this is fun.
Yeah.
So it's more fun than anything. We're just having a blast.
How much time do you spend running it?
Well, thank God for my better half. She helps me out a lot. Really, honestly, I probably spend, you know, probably 8 to 10 hours a week just managing the music. We get a lot of submissions from local artists, and you know, we have to pour a glass of wine and sit down and listen to a bunch of music, you know, and pour through the music, make sure it fits the kind of style that we're looking for and stuff like that. But so a lot of listening to music and going, that's fun. That's really nice, but it won't work, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so you know, a couple days a week, we're kind of spending, really working on it.
And you spend a lot of time in the community watching the musicians too, just hearing you and your wife.
6 nights a week.
Yeah.
6 nights a week,
So
we
you're on
are
top of
out
it.
watching music every night. So,
Yeah.
and we have to, you know, I don't know. I think it's just being a good steward of the program you put forward, right?
Yeah.
You know, I can't just, you know, you got to go out there and be a part of it.
Yeah.
And so we're involved with it. 6 nights a week, we're out there listening to music, up the hill and down the hill, and on the weekends we're, you know, traveling all over, listening to music and finding the great talent, the hidden talent that San Diego's got so much of.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
Yeah, where you been? Yeah. it's
yeah,
amazing.
where have
Say
you
butter.
been? And she's like, oh, you know,
Is it constantly on, or is it live hours?
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7
Where do you
streaming.
find it?
You just go to you can download it from any of the app stores. So Apple, go to the App Store. If you're an Android, go to the Play Store. Go to RamonaRadio.com and you can download it. You go hit the listen to play right there on the website.
Okay.
Works on Alexa, so you just walk up to Alexa. Alexa, open Ramona Radio. She'll play Ramona Radio. If you have the app, you can play it in your car on CarPlay, Android Auto. All of that plays.
Do we get to hear you? on there?
Every now and then, when I can't convince somebody else, I'm like, hey, anybody want to cut a radio commercial? Or no. Yeah, I'm on there. I introduce a lot of the local artists. So, yeah, if you're listening, like, we want to bring the local music out to our community and the local artists. So when we have, I know you've worked, you met with Ashley Norton. When her song comes on, those that aren't familiar with her work, it's kind of fun to say, ladies and gentlemen, from Ramona, Miss Ashley E. Norton.
Oh, you have such a
You
good
know,
radio voice. You've been hiding that from me.
So I introduce the local artists, when they play on the station. Obviously, I do the voiceovers for my own commercials, so I'm on there sometimes. We got a lot of great stuff coming down. We're looking for sportscasters right now that can help us stay on tops of Ramona, Ramona sports.
Love it.
We've got a professional DJ who's joining us, who's former, mega DJ, who's now retired and goes, I would like to do this part-time.
How fun.
So come in and hang out with us in January. And he's like, oh, I'm in. So we've got a lot of fun stuff coming down the line as well. A lot of contests. We've been doing a lot of amazing contests, from concert tickets to weekends away at, fun destinations. We did a big party bus down to one of our local musicians who had a big album release.
Oh, that's neat.
Wow.
So we rented a massive party bus and had a big giveaway, and that was fun. We brought 30 people from Ramona down to San Diego to watch one of our local artists
That's cool.
debut their sophomore album. She was amazing. So we're getting a lot of love and support from the businesses, and so we're finding creative ways to give back. And
I'm like, as I'm sitting here, I'm like thinking of all these ideas. I'm like, Valley, he's already thought all these ideas. I'm like, there's endless possibilities of things you can do with it.
oh, we can have so much fun with it, and it's. I don't want to sound cliche, but I mean, it's just so passionately in my heart that this belongs to the community of Ramona.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I want the community of Ramona to go, we have an outlet, we have something we can do. We can throw a party anytime we want, and let's just get together as, a community and have some fun, whether it's contests or sharing charitable events and supporting, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, more than anything, it's just a hoot. I'm just having a blast. I never
seems
thought I would
like
have so
it.
much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my wife and I have been music lovers for years. And so now that we can get intimate with music the way we are right now and our community,
It almost seems
it's almost like we're
like
living a dream. It's fun.
it's like pulling you from the aviation thing a little bit. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta split your love a little
I
bit.
do have to split my time, and yeah, I have to get reminded from time to time what I really do. So, but yeah, come 5 o'clock, man, I just get to be a music nut and a community nut, and I get to go shows and have fun, which is really, yeah. And so I just want Ramona Radio to grow, and the community to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not just going to hear local music. I mean, we play all the mainstream stuff. We play all the top hits. We play the local music, but we also talk about the things that are happening in our community.
Yeah, what matters.
Which is cool. Yeah.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
There's kind of a cool little backstory too. You mentioned to me about the Ramona Tower, how that kind of compelled you on. So I love that you jumped into that and got that.
Yeah, I guess early on, when we first started, I said it was an accident, and it kind of was an accident. Once upon a career, I was an IT guy, and so I know software and I know all that other kind of stuff. And
Makes sense.
at the airport, we have our own tower, our control tower, and CAL FIRE's based out of there. And I thought it would be nice to be able to have the audio of the tower on the internet so people can listen to it. Fast forward, and we were trying to do it through this other party and everything else, and I finally said, gosh, I can write the software, so I'll just do it. So I, got it up, and we got it online, and then I had a toy, and I wanted to play with my toy. And so I kind of pulled a bunch of music down and created this little silly aviation radio station. And then I started getting more nervous because I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing this. Is this allowed? I don't know. So let's just go make it legal. So that's what I did. I went out and got the licensing. So we're all squared up. And then my wife, so I had this new toy and I had a radio station. It was just a funny little aviation themed radio station. It was nothing. And my wife said, we should get some local music. And I said, oh, who do you know? And she goes, I don't know. I heard the guy at the music store knows people. And I said, all right, well, let's go meet him, John Haas, right? So we showed up there, and John's like, oh, yeah, here, talk to this person, talk to that person. And within a week, I was mingling with the musicians, and all of a sudden somebody said, you should do a Ramona radio station. I said, okay. I didn't set out to do it. I set it out, just to have the airport tower on the internet. And that's how it kind of started, and
it's a really beautiful, though, evolution of where you're at today.
Yep.
And I love the idea of just kind of fumbling into something that now is like a passion.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a toy anymore. It's like a passion.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
literally went from a toy to a passion to a possible business.
A staple, really,
A
in the
staple,
community.
something that we can all leverage. And there's no way I could have done it without all kinds of people saying, I want to help. I mean, it's just amazing. Everybody goes, what can I do? What can I do? And I mean, a lot of what I do is trying to manage all the people that want to help.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, right? I mean, I love it. Somebody's like, I'll be this, I'll be that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of taken on a life of its own, and it's fun.
Yeah. But it's amazing what a community, when they come together and they collaborate for the greater good, what can be accomplished. Instead of beating each other down, Ramona's just this place where everybody lifts each other up, come together, support each other to make something special that's unique to them, and the whole community gets involved and gets behind it. It's really neat.
Every time. I mean, not
Really.
just with this project. I mean, you go back, anything I can think of, going from anything that we've ever done in Ramona, it's like one person has an idea and the whole village comes together and goes, we got you.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the coolest thing. You can be anything, you can do anything you want, because you're always going to have love and support in there. And it's an amazing community.
And I feel big things are coming with Ramona Radio. Just the way it all kind of grew, it's like it was meant to be. There's a big something coming.
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope the community embraces it. I know the music community has. We're slowly becoming, I don't want to say slowly, I mean, this whole thing is not even a year old. I mean, the brainstorm happened only about a year ago. So, I mean, local musicians from all over San Diego County know that this is an outlet where they can get their music heard already.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a ton of submissions from all over San Diego County, and that's nice. It's nice to support and love them too, So, and the businesses, we're getting there. We're having fun. Yeah, we had our kind of big community debut on the Christmas tree, tree lighting this month, and so that was
spectacular.
It was fun.
A ton of people.
It
was really
fun. We
fun.
had so much fun. We were playing. We had people dancing around our booth, and
I know. I heard about the Ramona dancers.
That was a party in the street. That was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. So that was fun. So.
Well, I'm going to teach my kids how to use their Alexa and say, Alexa, play Ramona Radio.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they'll love that.
Yeah.
And then me personally, I think it's a great thing to just go to the RamonaRadio.com and you can play it right on the website while I'm sitting there working and on my computer all day. I'll just take a listen and see how things are going. But it's so cool. It makes it so easy to access. I'm definitely going to do it.
Yeah, it's RamonaRadio.com or download the app. Either way. So I like the app because it just auto connects to my car. I never have to do anything. As soon as I start my car, it comes on and I get to see the album art, right? So I get to see the artist up there.
That's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's kind of fun. And I don't know. If there's another way somebody else wants to listen to it, tell me. I'll go get it done. I can't think of any other way, right? Over the air, people have asked about over the air. The FCC hasn't granted a license in 10 years, and they're not going to be granting anymore for the next 20. So unless...
Who needs that anyway?
Not
These
today.
days?
So many
right?
days.
I mean, today
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You
Right.
know, when my family's traveling, they're like, "Oh, I'm in Mississippi listening to it." And I'm in Europe listening. We have a big following in Europe, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
So I look at the
Love
stats and I see 2:00 in the morning. We have a big surge in Europe. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Can you give us one more radio voice?
I want to thank you all for joining us this evening, and we'll see you next time.
Wow. You don't need a DJ.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I am so glad I met you, and I'm looking forward to listening myself, and hopefully our viewers tune in. Do you have anything else to share, Jan, that we should know about him?
I'm just so excited for Ramona Radio in Ramona, and I think it's so
Same.
cool what you've done. And
Thank
your
you.
enthusiasm and community spirit just
And I appreciate
make a
all
big
of
difference.
you. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Good luck in all the future.
Let's get it done. Let's be big Ramona. That's
Yeah.
what we do. We make small things big things. It's fun.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you so much for
Thanks.
being on the show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys all so much for watching Discover Ramona, where we explore the people, places, and businesses that make it the best place to live. We'll see you next time.